So we know life has originated through a cell. Okay, first thing what was there in the universe, it was a cell. From cell itself, organisms, organs, organ system, everyone, they came from a cell. Okay, so at first what it was, there was cell. Okay, then a group of cells or a cluster of cells. Cells in the cells, cell example, you are having many cells are there: epithelial cell, muscular cell, squamous cell, everything. So after the cell, a group of cell, you call them as, what do you call them as? Tissue. Is it clear? Group of cell, you call them as tissue. So tissue is, what is the tissue? Actually, sorry, I said cell, right? After the cell, group of cell is known as tissue. In this tissue, it will come epithelial, muscular, squamous, and all is coming under the tissue. After the tissue, moving on, a group of tissue is called as a organ. Understanding what I'm explaining? So I am explaining how the organisms came, how the population came. Is it clear? How these both terms we got. So first cell, from the cell, a group of cell, we call them tissue. A group of tissue, we call them organ. So organs, we know many organs are the liver, stomach, gallbladder, etc. Then all the organs, when they constitute together, then we call it as organ system. Is it clear? This is the basic what I am explaining to you. Okay, group of organs, they form an organ system. Digestive system, respiratory system, and excretory system, nervous system, etc. Okay, then group of organ system is constituting what? It is constituting organism. So from here organism emerged. Understood? So from a cell, tissue. From a group of tissues, it became organ. Group of organ, they became organ system. A group of organ system, it became? It became an organism. Okay, an organism is having tissue, cell, organ system, everything an organism is having. Is it clear? Then I am an organism. Particularly you, any one student, you are an organism. Okay, so our teachers, particularly if we are seeing them, particular only one individual organism we call. When we are combining all the students, all the lecturers of the Gotouniversity, then we call it as a population. Understood what I am saying? Single term, we are organism. When I am combining all the organism, then in a specific area, okay, in the area when I am combining the organism, that is called as a population. Understood both the terms? So from organism, what you got? Population. Is it clear, students? So group of organism. So you can write down the population definition is organism of same species living in an area, and generally they are interbreeding. Okay, what is a population? Now what is species? I have used a new term here, species. You know species is an organism capable of interbreeding and having fertile offspring. Is it clear? Is it necessary to write here? Species, what is species? Species is organism capable of interbreeding. Okay, breeding among themselves. Interbreeding. The organism which is capable of interbreeding and having fertile offspring. And having fertile offspring. So these are the species. Okay. In population, what just now I defined? Population, I will write down here down. Okay. You can see here. Organism of same species. Organism of same species in an area, particular area. Okay. In an area, organism of same species, and generally they are interbreeding. Those are known as population. I hope so. Organism and population, both the terms are clear to you. Later on in the chapter, we will see many hard terms are there: community, ecosystem, biome. So I will be explaining you here itself what it is. Now you go till here, it is clear, I think. From the cell, how population emerged. Then after the population, you are having one more term, that is a community. That is a community. Now what is this community? Population, everyone you understood, group of organism. So what is this community now means? Interacting among each other. Population which is interacting. Different populations are there. Those are, oh, say what I was saying. Yeah, community. So different population, when it is interacting among each other, we call them as a population. In simple example I will give you. Okay, no need to mug up everything, just listen me. So I am an organism. I am staying with my family, my mother, my parents, my grandparents, everyone, and nearby my neighbors, and also these all human beings, all organism. When I am combining, I can call it as a population. In my area, all the organism, I am counting them as a population. Is it clear? In my area, I am having many animals are also there. Is it clear or not? Only humans are not there. Insects are there, rats are there, then what you call dogs are there, cats, crows, everything. So these all different things are also there. Is it clear or not? So the interaction between me and my surrounding, that is called as community. Understood what I'm saying? Population means it should be of same species, whereas community means interacting with each other, different populations. Is it clear? Dog is having one population, cat is having one population. The interaction between my population and dog's population, interaction between my population and cat's population. Is it clear? So this is called as community. I hope this is clear. Community. Then after community, when we are moving to little bit higher, apart from dogs, cats and all, what we are living? Can anyone say me? What we are living? Yes, we are living the abiotic factors. What are the abiotic factors? Air, temperature, rainfall. So these all things, when this community is interacting with the abiotic factors, we call it as an ecosystem. Next in the chapter, directly I will be explaining you the concepts there. Okay, if the word ecosystem is coming, you should understand what ecosystem is. Is it clear? So when we are moving to the chapter, directly I will be saying you in a ecosystem, this is happening, that is happening. There I am not explaining you again what is ecosystem in that way. Okay, so that's why all the terms I am making you very easy, very familiar now itself. I hope so. Organism, population, community, ecosystem, these all are clear. Okay, just to see here one more thing. Okay, so after population, community we have seen, then ecosystem we have seen. Okay, now imagine this is a tree. Imagine it is a tree. Okay, on this tree you can see some insects are there. Nearby tree some birds are there. Okay, and down here you can see squirrels are there. Okay, then person, human beings are there, individual organism. So human is there. Understood? So this is a tree, birds, insects, human, squirrel. Then it is raining on that day. Imagine just, okay, it is raining on that day. This is one case. Nearby the tree you can see there is a pond. Okay, in the pond there are 2-3 types of fishes. This is the one type. Frogs are there. Water is there inside the pond. As it is raining. The temperature is same because it is nearby. Understood? So this area, okay, in one area these two things are happening. So here what you can see, rainfall, how the rainfall is received by a human is standing here near the tree. Another one human is standing near the pond. Okay, in this area it is raining. So the human can feel the same rainfall what he is feeling here and here are the same, because in an area the rainfall, the temperature, everything, the soil is same. Here what is standing, here what is standing. Understood? So in an area where the temperature, soil and rainfall, in short you can say the abiotic factors are same. In this area the abiotic factors are same. Okay, so this is an ecosystem. when we are comparing this whole, the temperature, soil, rainfall, when it is same, then this one we call it as a biome. After the ecosystem, what is coming? This is the important concept, biome. What is biome means? The proper definition, if they are asking what is biome means, the temperature, rainfall, soil, or you just write down abiotic factors which are same in an particular ecosystem. We call that ecosystem as a biome. Example, in desert. Okay, I am staying in desert, so I will be having less or no rainfall there. Temperature will be a lot, humidity will be a lot. And one more, my friend, she is staying in Shimla, Kulu, some cold places. Okay, my temperature, her temperature is vast difference is there, isn't? So I can say my area desert is a one biome. She can say her tropical deciduous forest maybe, coniferous forest maybe. So these are the biomes. Understood what I'm trying to explain? So this is completes your basic knowledge of this chapter, organism and population. Is it clear, everyone? I hope so. It is very clear. Is it clear? One more term is there, ecology. What is this ecology now? I'll be writing here. One more term is ecology. What is ecology? Study of interactions. Just I will write down. Whatever I will be writing, you have to note it down because those will be the important points. Okay. Study of interaction. Interaction among whom? Just now I said interaction among organisms. Study of interaction among organisms and also the organism with abiotic factors, and also the organism with abiotic factors. Is it clear, everyone? So ecology is the study of interaction among organism and also the organism with abiotic factors. Okay, so ecology is having 4 levels that in the chapter I will be explaining you. So this I feel it is clear. Cell, tissue, then from the tissue organ system, then comes the organism. Single we call it organism. When we are combining the organism, we call it as a population. Okay, population means organism of same species. After population, we call community. Community means interacting in our community with different populations. Okay, then after community, it is ecosystem. Community which is interacting with the abiotic factor, that is called as ecosystem. After the ecosystem comes the biome. Okay, different ecosystems are there. So where in the area in the ecosystem where the abiotic factors are same, that is referred to as a biome. This completes your basic. Okay, now I will be moving to the chapter. So first topic, population interaction. Okay, first topic is population interaction. So population interaction, I said population is a group of organism of same species living in a well-defined geographical area. This will be the exact good sentence which you can write in your exams. Is it clear? Population, a group of organism of same species living in a well-defined geographical area. Now we are going to see the interactions in the population. Okay, in the population, what the organisms are doing. In the population, what the organisms are doing. Let me show you. Okay, now you can see it. Okay. So see here, population. First thing is the definition you need to write down. Then in the population, what the organism is doing. First thing what it is doing is competition is there in a population. Okay, they are competing for the same resources. You can write down. Competing for same resources. They are competing for same resources. Then another one is they are potentially inbreeding. They are potentially interbreeding, you can call it. They are potentially interbreeding. So population interaction, you can see here such a scenario is not only non-existent but also inconvenient. Each species has a minimum requirement for at least one or more species on which it can feed. So here just now what I said, population, they will be competing with each other. How the interaction happens here, that I will be explaining you. Okay, so this population is having some population attributes. What it will be having? Population attributes. So here you can see a table is given here. This is the interaction between species A and species B. This is an important table, you need to remember it. Okay, I'll be explaining you just a second. Okay, so you can see interaction, species A, species B. So mutualism, predation, parasitism, commensalism, competition, and emensalism. Okay, so these all are the interactions, and you can see there plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, zero. This all are given. Okay, in detail, I will be explaining you. Just you remember population interaction is there in a population. Okay, now I will be explaining you in detail what it is. Just you see here. Okay, just wait a second. I will be moving to the first population attributes. So now I'll be sharing you the screen. Just a second. I feel my screen will be visible now. Yeah. Can you see my screen? Now I feel my screen, you can see it's visible. Is it? Okay. Okay, now so where we were? So population attributes. I was explaining you, okay? So the first concept is population attributes. What is this population attributes we are learning now? So population is having few attributes, that is birth rate is there, death rate is there. In a population, if people are staying, some new organism will be taking birth, some old or some organism may be dying. So this all is coming under the population, the birth rate, the death rate. Okay, so now one by one I will be explaining you. So population attributes. So in nature, solitary individuals of a species are uncommon. The majority exist in groups within a well-defined geographical area. Okay, they are sharing or competing for similar resources. Just now I said you 2 points I have written. They were competing for the resources and they were potentially interbreeding. Is it clear? So I'm not writing again the 2 points. I hope so you remember that. So potentially interbreeding, this one point I have written, potentially interbreeding. When the word interbreeding you are hearing, what is coming into your mind? The thing which is coming to your mind will be, it is sexual reproduction. When it is interbreeding among the organism, among the population, then the word comes to our mind is sexual reproduction. Okay, interbreeding term, This is implying that sexual reproduction is taking place. To the sexual reproduction, we call it as a population. But let me clear you, the result which we are getting from the asexual reproduction also, that is also considered as a population. Is it clear? In ecology, whatever the result we are getting from the asexual reproduction, from what? From asexual reproduction, that also is considered as a population. Understood? For example, you can say teak wood trees in a forest. Okay, teak wood trees in a forest. Any other example? Lotus plants in a pond. Lotus plants in a pond. Understood? So these are also considered as a population. The lotus, many lotus are there in a pond. We call that as a population of lotus plant. Understood? Not only interbreeding, the term here in ecology, the term interbreeding is not only among the sexual reproduction. It is also a group which is resulting from asexual reproduction also. One more example I'll give you. Bacteria in a culture plate. In a plate, whenever we are growing a bacteria and all, so in a culture plate, whatever the colonies of the bacteria, that is also called as a population. Is it clear? Third example you can write down. Bacteria, usually they will be we find the bacteria in a colonies, that is also considered as a population of bacteria. Okay, bacteria in a culture plate. Clear? So population attributes, first thing in this paragraph, what all I have explained, this is written in this paragraph. Is it clear? Now, so distinct attribute characterize a population, distinguishing it from individual organism. So why individuals may have birth and death, populations have birth rates and death rate. Okay, that birth rates and death rate is measured per capita. Okay, now I will explain you. There are some attributes of population. First attribute is birth rate. What is the first attribute? That is the birth rate, which is denoted by small letter b. Birth rate. So birth rate is per capita birth per unit time. Here you can see it is measured per capita. Is it? So per capita births per unit time is measured as a birth rate. So birth, whatever the birth new children are born, that birth we call it as, another word is there for birth, that is natality. Natality. You have to remember this all. Okay, birth is equals to, birth is called as natality. Birth rate is measured as per capita birth per unit time. Is it clear? So next, birth rate, how we are finding? Just now I said per capita. Birth rate. Example I am giving you. Imagine in 2020, in the year 2020, in the population, there are 100 people. How many? 100 people. Then in the year 2021, in the year 2021, 10 people increased. How many people increased? 10 people increased. So what will be the result here? 110. Now I am saying you find out the birth rate of that particular area. So how you will be finding it? In 2020, 100 are there. That is 100 is the original population. In that original population, in that total number of increased birth, how many people are increased? That, okay, 10 is increased. Then we are getting how many? 110 in 2021. Is it clear? So now there is a formula you can write. Birth rate is equal to natality. What is natality? Total number of birth. I have said at the start, natality. So the formula is birth rate is equal to natality upon what? Size of original population. Size of original population. Is it clear? Size of original population. Now, what is the natality? How many births were there in the 1 year? There were 10 births. Is it clear? So 10 upon size of original population. What was original population? 100. So what it is? 1 by 10, that you can write as 0.1. Is it clear? This only is explained here. They have given the example of a pond here. 20 lotus plant last year, 8 new plant resulted. Is it clear what I am explaining? I have explained you in my own terms, like taking the year. I explained you in 2020 this many were there, in 2021 10 people increased. So what will be the birth rate? Means that will be 0.1. I hope so birth rate is very clear. Is it? So I will be moving to the second attribute, that is the birth rate. Wherever there is birth, death is also there. Okay. So have you written down this all? I am moving to the next slide now. Okay. So next I will be explaining will be death rate. What is death rate? Death rate is denoted by small alphabet D. Death is also per capita death per unit time, as you have studied of the birth. Is it clear? So no need to write again. So just you imagine per capita death. There I have said you per capita births per unit time. Here it is per capita death per unit time. So death rate, how it is written? First thing for death, what we call? That was natality in the birth section. Now here in the death, the particular number of death, how many people are dying, the number of death rate, that is called as not death rate, death, that is called as mortality. Mortality. Is it clear? Natality means number of births, mortality means number of death. Is it clear? So now death rate is equal to, again same like the birth rate. There it was natality, here it is mortality, divided by size of original population. Size of original population. I hope so this is clear. Okay, birth rate, death rate. Then comes the third attribute, that is sex ratio. This is the second. Now comes the third population attribute, that is sex ratio. What is this sex ratio? Sex ratio is nothing but the percentage of males and female in a population. This is very simple. Okay, percentage of males and females in a population. Okay, so you can see here in this paragraph, another characteristic of population is sex ratio, representing the proportion of males to females. Okay, while an individual is either male or female, a population has a sex ratio such as 60% females and 40% males. So we can write in this way, how many females are there? If we are saying about in terms of sex ratio, we have to write the percent. 60% are females and 40% are males. Is it clear? So in the sex ratio, in the form of percentage, we have to write. Next, fourth one I will write here. The fourth population attribute is age pyramid. Here you can see age pyramid. Now what is this age pyramid? In Egypt, we have seen many pyramids. Okay, it is that pyramid? No. Age pyramid is when age distribution. Imagine an old man is lying in between somewhere 50 to 60. Okay, teenagers. You can see the differences between the age. An infant, we call infant from 0 to 1. Then a child, 7 to 8 years, we called it as a child. Then adult, what we call after 18, we call them as adult. Okay, so whatever this age distribution is there, when this age distribution is plotted on a population graph, the resulting structure, not on a graph, on a paper, when I am plotting the age of in a population, the resulting structure you will be getting is a age pyramid. Is it clear? No need to write down, I feel. I'll just say you have to write it down. When age distribution is plotted for population, the resulting structure is age pyramid. Understood? What the structure we are getting, that is age pyramid. So in a pyramid, this is one point you have to remember. In a pyramid, Males are shown to the left, females are shown to the right. Is it clear? This you need to remember. Males are shown to the left and females are shown to the right. Okay, always in a pyramid you have to remember this. This is a shape of pyramid, you can see like this. Okay, if this is a shape of a pyramid, you can see this one. Okay, a shape of pyramid it is. So that's why age pyramid, from lower to top when we are moving, you can see how the structure is. So males will be always present, half you have to divide it. Males always will be present to the left side of the pyramid and females to the right side of the pyramid. Is it clear? Now I will be explaining you the pyramid more clearly. So I hope you have copied this thing. So I am erasing this one now. In the age pyramid, the age distribution is done in 3 categories. Remember this. In the age pyramid, the distribution of age is done in 3 different categories. First one is pre-reproductive age. How the population is distributed, you can see here. Pre-reproductive age. Second one is reproductive age. Reproductive age. Then third one last is post reproductive age. Post reproductive age. So these are the 3 categories divided for a population. So whenever we are preparing an age pyramid, these 3 concepts we have to remember. Okay, so pyramid are also 3 types. Pyramids are of how many types? 3 types. First type you can say that is the expanding pyramid. What it is? Expanding pyramid. Second type, that is stable pyramid. Stable. Then last one, that is declining, or you can say constricting. Constricting or declining. This is the third pyramid. Is it clear? Expanding, stable, constricting or declining. So what is this expanding? What is this stable? What is this constricting? How the pyramid, just now I have shown you this type of a structure. So, but when we are distributing in these 3 concepts, when we are keeping in mind and we are distributing, so that time we are getting different shapes of the pyramid. Okay. So first I will show you how expanding. In a population, when birth is more when compared to death. Okay, what is more? Birth is more when compared to death. That type of a pyramid is called as expanding pyramid. Is it clear? Pre-reproductive age will be more. Birth means in this age, birth is there. Oh, sorry, pre-reproductive age here. So pre-reproductive age is a birth. Here births are more. Okay. So what will be less? Death rate is less. So post-reproductive will be very less. Okay. Newborn babies are emerging here in this expanding pyramid. What I am saying. Okay. Death rate is not very more. Okay. So I will show you how it is. First from down, this is pre-reproductive age. Birth rate is more. Okay. This is pre-reproductive age. Then comes the reproductive age. Then comes the post-reproductive age. Post. Is it clear? Pre-reproductive age, reproductive age, post-reproductive age. Okay. So this is a expanding pyramid where birth is more when compared to death. This is the first one. Second is the stable. The word itself is stable. Both are equal. In a population where birth is equal to death rate, that is a stable pyramid we get. Okay. Stable pyramid in the sense you can see this is a pre, then reproductive, then post reproductive. There is no vast changes you can see. Okay. It is a bell shape, a bell type. Okay. Bell shape. Birth is equal to death. That is a stable pyramid. Next comes the third last one is constricting or declining. So now expanding we have learned in this shape. Okay, it was in a this shape. Stable means it is like this shape. Now we are imagining that whether it will be declining is this shape. No, it won't be like this. Instead it will be like that, this. Okay, this is a declining pyramid. Is it clear? Understood the three types of pyramid? So in this one, you can see the shape of pyramid indicates the growth status of the population, whether it is growing, that is expanding, stable, or declining or constricting. Is it clear? This slide, I think it is very clear now. Okay, so we have discussed the population attributes. Okay, what were the population attributes? First we learned about birth rate, then death rate, then the sex ratio, and it should be denoted in percentage form. After sex ratio, age pyramid. In age pyramid, three categories are there. First is expanding, second is stable, third is constricting or declining. Till here, I feel everything is clear. Moving to the next slide now. Okay. The population size provides essential insights into the condition within the habitat, regardless of the ecological process under investigation, whether assessing the consequences of interspecies competition, the influence of predators, or the repercussions of pesticide application. We consistently analyze them with respect to changes in population size. Okay, this is nothing, I will explain you. Example they have given of a Siberian crane of pond denoted as N. Okay. Just one more thing is there here. Population density also I will explain. 5 complete it will become. Okay, just a second. Okay. So fourth thing we have learned till age pyramid. Now fifth one is population density. Once you have understand population density, then you can understand this paragraph also. Population density is denoted by N. So population density here is nothing but population size. Population size is only called as population density. Population size is called as population density. So it can be measured in the terms of biomass or number. We can measure the population density in the form of number or in the form of biomass. Is it clear? So N, that is population density, is equal to population density at time t plus, we need a formula for population density. For a formula I am elaborating. Okay, after this elaboration only you will be getting a formula. So pay attention here. So population density, how we have to measure means population density, that is denoted by capital N, is equal to population density at time t plus natality plus immigration then natality plus immigration is coming under a bracket, minus mortality plus immigration. Mortality plus immigration, we call migration. Now, before this formula, I will explain you short concept. This is the population. Okay, here you can see population. Many population are there, living, non-living, abiotic, everything. A population is there. So whatever the birth rate, whatever the newborn babies are there, that is creating a increase in the population. Is it or not? Birth rate is creating increase in the population. Death rate means from that population people are dying and moving out. This is the population. Birth rate is nothing but natality. Natality is coming and adding, summing the population, whereas mortality is removing from the population. Is it clear? Death means going out, moving out. Then immigration means from somewhere else they are coming to this population. Like imagine I am staying in a desert. Okay, not in a desert. Desert is a very bad, I think. No, not in a desert. I am staying somewhere in a plateau region. So I need to enjoy my holidays, my summer vacation. So I will go to some cold place. Okay, for enjoyment, I will be going to some cold place. So when I, not only I, all my family, imagine in my family there are 50-60 persons. Okay, a joint family, a big family. We all decided to move to Shimla, move to Manali, move to Kashmir for some time, for like maybe 1 month, 2 months. So what we are from this population, from our area, we are moving to some different area for some period of time. Understood? That is called as immigration. We are immigrating to Kashmir. Is it clear the word immigration? Immigration, what it is doing to that population, it is an increase. Understood? Then afterwards, what I do? Summer vacations are done. Now I need to go back to my work. So I should come back from there. Is it or not? When I am coming back from Kashmir, imagine a Kashmir birth rate means adding up in the Kashmir, death rate means moving out, the people are moving out, okay, minus reducing from the Kashmir. When I am going for my vacation, that is a plus to Kashmir. Immigration, I am going there. When after the vacations I am coming back, that is immigration, I am moving back. Understood? Immigration is plus to the birth rate, immigration is moving out. So natality plus, mortality minus, immigration plus, emigration minus. Understood? For a population how it is affecting? Okay, so moving on to the formula part. Population density at time t plus natality plus immigration minus mortality plus immigration. Is it clear? So at time t we are taking. Now population density at t, so n at t. Here for population density we can write nt plus 1. Population density is equal to nt plus, what is natality? We can write capital B plus immigration capital I minus mortality, death, D plus immigration, E. So this is the formula for the population density. Population growth, there will be a fluctuation in a population density, as I said in the previous topic. Okay, so the fluctuation will be due to the death rate, that is mortality, birth rate, natality, immigration, immigration. So these all are the four main things which are creating a fluctuation in the population. Is it clear? So just now I explained you everything. This is the same thing. Natality, first it refers to the number of birth within the population during a specified period, argumenting the initial density. Mortality means it is the number of death within the population. Immigration means the number of individual of same species entering the habitat from elsewhere during the considered period, during a particular period, when they are entering from a different habitat, that is called as immigration. Then immigration means the number of individuals within the habitat, they are moving out from them. Understood? So these all four things already I have explained you. You can see here the, can you see this one? Yeah, population density n is equal to, not, it's a not a formula, you can see which is creating a positive impact and which is a negative. Positive means which is adding up, which is summing the population. Two things will be adding and two will be subtracting from the population density. Is it clear? So what are the two things? One is the natality, that is the birth. Then another one is immigration, from elsewhere we are entering into the country for a considered period. So you can see the arrow marks are moving toward the population density, that is increasing the density. Then mortality is nothing but death. Okay, so death means it is coming out. Then immigration means moving back to your own habitat. Okay, so from here population it is moving out. You can see the arrow markings. Okay, it is moving out, these both are moving in. I hope so this is clear. Okay, so this is the same thing what I have explained, mortality, immigration. So these both are constituting to decrease and these both are constituting to increase. Okay, Then next, so this was the formula what I explained you. Okay, before the formula you can see here, just now I explained you the pyramid. In the age pyramid you can see here the expanding, the stable, the decline. Is it clear? This is expanding. Here what is that yellow one, what you can see, this is pre-reproductive age. Pre-reproductive age is more here when compared to the green, that is post-reproductive, this is less. Okay, this is expanding. Then comes the stable, you can see here it is stable. Okay, then the declining. This was the same what I explained in the age pyramid. So here in this slide you can see the formula nt plus 1 equals to nt plus b plus I minus d plus e. What all you have to say me now? What is n? Yeah, it is the population density. Then what is t? During the particular time. B is nothing but B is birth, I is immigration, D is death, E is immigration. Is it clear? So this everything I have explained you already. Okay. Next, population growth often follows specific and predictable patterns, and understanding these patterns is crucial, expressing in the context of concern about uncontrolled human population growth. So next we will be seeing about next we are studying the means you have to say two growth models are there. Second one I will explain here. First growth model is exponential growth model. Exponential growth model. Is it clear? Then second one is logistic growth model. Again I need to write. Growth model. First one is exponential, whereas second one is growth. So what is the difference between exponential and growth means? Logistic growth, sorry. Exponential growth model, logistic growth model. Logistic. In simple words, first thing you remember in your mind, exponential growth model is like a dream world. Okay, this is the example what I am giving you for a clear understanding so that you can remember it for a very long period. So exponential means it is your dream world and logistic means it is your real world. Okay, now you just say me, in your dream world you are imagining, okay, I will be in a world where I am having full of what you food to eat, full of money, free home, free everything, like that you will imagine your dream world. Or you will imagine like little bit food should be there, only one time I should have, next for next Monday next morning I have to save that food. No, na. So exponential in your dream world, how you are imagining that I should have a lot of resources, there should not be any competition of mine, I should be the top. Understood? In the same way, in exponential growth, what is there means there are unlimited resources, whatever you want you can have in your dream world. Is it or not? So the first point is unlimited resources. What is there in this? Unlimited resources. Then no predation. Okay, I am a prey. If I'm in a real world, I'll be having a lot of thinking, lot of stress upon me. Somewhere many people will be there, they will be torturing me, stress will be there. But in my dream world, how I will imagine, I am the king of that world. No predation is there, no competition of mine is there. Is it or not? So I will be writing down that 2 points. No predation, then no competition. no competition, no predation, no scarcity of food, nothing. So everything is on the hype, everything is on the top. So you can see here how the graph will become if I am plotting a graph for this one. See here, everything is on the top. The graph will move upwards, is it or not? When I am in a real world, means sometimes there will be up, sometimes they will be stable, sometimes they will be decline, like that. But when I am in my dream world, you have to imagine this. In the exam you don't write the dream world, real world, okay? Just for your clear explanation, I am saying you exponential is a type, like you can say it is a dream world for you. Everything are unlimited resources is there, no stress, no predation, no competition, nothing is there. So the graph, how you can find that, will be a increasing graph. Is it clear? So whenever they are asking this type of a graph in your exam and they are saying which growth model it is, exponential or logistic, you have to quickly say that this is exponential growth model. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Okay. So what is the shape of this exponential graph? That is a J-shaped graph or J-shaped curve. Okay. J-shaped curve. You have to write the exponential growth graph or exponential growth curve is a J-shaped curve. Now, moving on to the formula part. How we are getting this formula? So, shall I erase this one? Okay. So now we are speaking about exponential growth. Okay, exponential growth. So in the exponential growth, you can see here unlimited resources in a habitat fully realize their innate potential to grow, resulting in exponential or geometrical growth. So Darwin, he observed this phenomenon while developing his theory of natural selection. If the birth rate per capita are denoted as B and death rate per capita as D. Okay, B and D. What is B and D? Small b, what is a small b? Here you can see that is the birth rate is denoted as small b, birth rate. Then small d is the death rate. Then in a population of size n, the rate of increase or decrease in the population is given by dn by dt during a unit period time t. So dn by dt is increase or decrease in a population with respect to time. We can say na dn by dt in a particular time, the change with respect to the area, that is dn by dt, that is denoted as b minus d into n. How it is getting b minus d into n? Can anyone, you can say me how we are getting this b minus d into n? So just pay attention here. Just a second. I'll write it a little bit short so that all the equation will come here itself. Okay. dn by dt is equal to b minus d, that is the birth rate minus death rate. Okay, this we know, birth rate minus death rate. Now this is the rough one. You see, if small b is equal to capital B by n, small b, what is small b? That is the birth rate. If birth rate is equal to b by n, and in the same way d, death rate is equal to d by n. Understood? Small b is equal to b by n, small d is equal to d by n. When I want this particular b, I need the capital B because I'm having a term caps lock B and capital D. So for this term, I need to send this n here. So what it will become? Bn is equal to B. Same for this, Dn is equal to D. Now, this is the first one. This is the second one. Pay attention for this equation. Is it clear? So this is the first equation. This is the second equation. By using equation 1 and 2 in this one, we can write it as for the caps lock B in term of In place of this, we can write BN. Understood? This is the capital B. In place of capital B, we are writing BN. In place of caps lock B, we are writing DN, small dn. Now, this is the mathematics part little bit. Okay, when in these both terms, what is a common term? Capital N is the common term. So we are removing the capital N outside. Then what is remaining inside? B minus D. Then this one. Is it clear? What is here? dn by dt. Next, dn by dt is equal to, in place of b minus d, birth rate minus death rate, we are using the term small r and n. This is the final equation of your exponential graph. So what is this r we are using? This r is nothing but intrinsic value or intrinsic rate of natural increase. In exponential, I said you naturally it is increasing to the top. There is no stability, there is no constructibility, nothing is there, only growth is there. So r is the term which is referred to as intrinsic. I will write down intrinsic rate of natural increase Is it clear? Intrinsic rate of natural increase. So in your NCERT they have given some r value. Okay, for some particular r value they have given, so you have to remember that. Okay, 0.015 for Canada or something like that. For every area and all, 2-3 are given, that you have to remember. So now here I explained how your equation came here. Is it clear? Exponential means unlimited resources are there, no predation is there, no competition is there, you are the king of your world there. Okay, so everything, the graph is increasing, there is no stability, there is no decline, so everything is increased. So you can see a J-shaped curve there. Okay, and how the equation you have at the end equation how you got that also I explained you. Okay, in detail I have explained you how the equation came. Then r, what is r means? That is the intrinsic rate of natural increase. If they are giving you explain about the exponential growth, you need to write some points at the start what I have said, no predation, no competition, everything. Afterwards you can just name n is equal to population size, b is birth rate, d is death rate, mention everything, then solve the equation, make a exponential graph, J-shaped graph. Then on that you have to write this equation. Can you see? dn by dt is equal to rn. Is it clear? Forget about the b, just I am saying about a graph. Okay, then you have to mention J-shaped graph, you have to mention what r is here. Is it clear? This everything you have to write under exponential growth. So I hope so this is clear. Now shall I move to the next, logistic growth? No doubts in the students? Any doubts? I feel no doubts. If you're having any doubts, just you can write in the question answer section. Okay, I'll be solving that. So I feel there is no question written over here. So I'll be moving to next one. Next slide. So have you copied this down? I'm moving to the next slide now. Next is about the exponential growth equation when plotted over time, that is a result in a J-shaped curve, and in its integral form also is given. Okay, that is in nt equals to n naught e to the power rt. Here nt is the population density after the time t, n naught is the population density at time 0. Okay, r, what is r? Just now we learned r is the intrinsic rate of natural increase, and e is the base of natural logarithm, that e we always use. Is it clear? So this integral form, it won't be asked for you, I feel. But the important thing is this equation previously what I have explained you. Okay, this is the important equation here. So understanding these growth models help shed light on population dynamics, and insights gained can form strategies for managing population growth effectively. Okay, unlimited resources are there. Okay, so density is rapidly increasing over there. Next comes logistic growth. Okay, I'll be explaining again logistic growth here. Second one, that is logistic growth model. Logistic growth model, what I said, that is in a real world, realistic. Okay, that is some virtual world. Now we came to the real world. In the real world, what we can find, there are lot of competitions are there. Okay, can I write down here? Yeah, I'll write down here. More competition in the realistic world. Then predation is there. Then limited resources are there. Limited resources. Is it clear? Understood? Logistic is realistic. So here in this one, you will be having one term, like how in exponential you are having the terms small r, that was intrinsic rate of increase. Now here in this one, you are having a capital K, that is a carrying capacity. That is a, you have to remember this, that is a carrying capacity. So what does this carrying capacity means? Maximum number of organisms that can be supported by habitat. Okay, this is the maximum level. When we are writing K, that is the maximum level. Furthermore, there is no growth possible. Understood? K when we are using means that is the maximum, uttermost growth rate. After that, there is no furthermore growth is possible. For that purpose, we are using this K, that is carrying capacity. Is it clear? Clear for everyone? So here unlimited resources are there. So because of unlimited resources, what is happening? This leads to scarcity. Because of scarcity, competition will be more, predation will be more. Is it clear? Understood? Logistic growth. So in this logistic growth, you can find three phases are there. First phase you are having, that is lag phase. Lag phase. Second phase you are having, that is acceleration, or you can say a declaration. I'll write here. Acceleration phase and declaration phase. Deceleration. Then I'll write here. Then there is the third phase last, that is asymptote. These are the three phases. Now we will understand what these three phases are saying. First, we are having the limited resources. When we are having the limited resources, so the growth is how it is. First, we will start using the resources. I am having 20 bananas. Okay, now I started my day. So I will be saying 20 bananas. In a month, I have to eat that 20 bananas. So at first, I will be eating more. When the days are passing on, so first it is when limited resources we are having, this is a increase, lag is an increase. So afterwards, when I came to the mid month, then I will be remembering that bananas are remaining, very few bananas are remained now. I have to eat these bananas for this whole month, it should complete. So what I do, I will be increasing, accelerating, then what happens, some decrease you can see. Okay, after that, when bananas are completed, there will be a stop. Is it clear? If this is a graph, first increasing, accelerating, declaration, then it is stop. Understood? So how is this graph? S shape. So this graph we call it as sigmoid curve. What is this graph called? Sigmoid curve. I hope so everyone you are understanding. If you are having any sort of doubt, you can just ask me. Is it clear? So acceleration, then asymptote means stop. When it reaches K, at that time, this third level will come. Here what happened? It reaches the K. What is the K? That is the carrying capacity. Furthermost, no growth takes place. Okay, when it reaches K, then what happens? All bananas are completed. I can't move. I am not having any bananas now. So that is a stoppage. Is it clear? Everyone, you understood? So this growth, whatever the sigmoid curve, this growth is also called as, I'll write it here. This growth is also called as Warhol's-Pearl logistic equation for logistic growth is Rn into K minus N by the intrinsic value. Okay, so this is the equation for logistic growth. And this, if in your exam, if they're asking first, you need to write all these points, then you have to mention the K carrying capacity. Then you have to show the three phases: lag phase, accelerating phase, then asymptote phase. Is it clear? Copy it down fast. I'll be moving to the next slide. Shall I move to the next one? Okay, now I am moving to the next one. I hope you all have copied this one. Understood this one? See here. In habitats with limited resources, population growth exhibits lag, acceleration, deceleration, and finally reaches a asymptote. That is the it carrying capacity K is coming there. Okay, no more further growth will be there. So this pattern is called as Warhol's-Pearl logistic growth, and the equation is given dN by dt is equal to Rn into K minus N by K. Is it clear? So here what all have discussed? N is the population density at time t, R is the intrinsic rate of natural increase, and K is the carrying capacity. Is it clear? So population attributes are this one, you can see the image: birth rate, death rate, sex ratio, population density, age pyramid, and all. Okay, so for growth model is done now. Okay, we have what all we have seen in population growth. We have seen two types of growth models. One is the exponential growth model, and another one what we have seen, that is the logistic growth model. For your easy remembrance, you have to remember in this way, that is exponential is somewhat your dream world, it is virtual world, and when compared to logistic, that is the realistic world, in the world what is happening. Okay, we know that population want to evolve their R. What is R? R is the intrinsic increase, or we can say what is R means. R is equal to B minus D, birth minus death. The birth rate minus death rate, whatever the value we are getting, that is nothing but R. So the population, what they want to evolve their R value. Okay, so this R is also called as reproductive fitness here. What is it called? It is called as reproductive fitness. Whatever I am explaining or whatever I am writing down here in the points, you have to write it down. No need to study all this paragraph. Okay, in this paragraph only, whatever is written, I am writing for you all in very small terms, so that you can understand by this. Okay, you have to copy all this. So it is also called as reproductive fitness, or one more term in this paragraph, it is given Darwinian fitness or Darwinian fitness. Okay, Darwinian fitness. So this R is nothing but what I said, the result what we are getting when subtracting birth rate with the death rate. Okay, so this population, what they want to evolve their reproductive fitness. They want to be fit. They want this R value to be stable. Okay, they don't want more death in a region, in a population, or in an area. Okay, so for that purpose, what the population is doing, they are adopting different strategies. Is it clear? Life history variation means whatever the variations are coming in the life, for avoiding that variation and to maintaining their reproductive fitness, or for maintaining their Darwinian fitness, the population is evolving, or it is adopting different strategies. So what are those strategies? Means two strategies are there. Okay, first strategy number one, that is number of times, we call it. I'll write down here. First strategy number one. Strategy number one. I wrote down it here. First strategy is just a second, students. Okay. So for that purpose, they are adopting some strategies, I said. Okay. So I am discussing the strategy number one. Strategy number one. In strategy number one, you can see two type of organism is coming under this. First one, the population which is breeding only once in their lifetime. What are those? Breeding only once in their lifetime. Understood? In their whole lifetime, these organisms are breeding only one time. For example, you are having Pacific salmon fish and bamboo. Pacific salmon fish and bamboo. In their entire lifetime, they are breeding only once. For one time only they are breeding. So this strategy one is based on number of times they are breeding. Okay, you can write over here number of times they are breeding. This is depending on that strategy one. So breeding only once in lifetime. Then second category, that is breeding many times during their lifetime. Second one is breeding many times in their lifetime. So that example are birds, and you are having mammals. Birds, mammals. Is it clear? So this is the strategy number one. Based on number of times of breeding, you are getting when we are breeding only once in lifetime, that is Pacific salmon, bamboo examples, then breeding for many times. This is the strategy what the population is adapting for their reproductive fitness, for their Darwinian fitness. They are adopting some strategies. Then moving on to the strategy number two. Moving on to strategy number two. This strategy number two is based on number of size. This one is number of time. This one is number of size. It is again divided into two categories. Here first category is R selected species. R selected species. And second one is K selected species. K selected species. R selected species, K selected species. Okay. So in R selected species, what are these species doing? The size, based on the size, you say me what these species are doing. Large number of small sized offsprings are produced by them. What is produced? Large number are many, or not only one, many are there, but they are small sized. Is it clear? Large number of small sized offsprings are produced. Then moving to the case selected species, small number, vice versa. This is large number, that is small number of large sized offspring. Small number of large sized offspring. Is it clear? So the example for our selected species, you can write oysters and pelagic fish. One I'll mention here, that is pelagic fish. Oysters also you can write down. Then for the K selected species, the examples you can write mammals. Okay, mammals are producing small number of large offspring. Is it clear? Every species has a minimal requirement for at least one or more species on which it can feed. Is it clear? Even plant species capable of producing their own food cannot thrive in isolation. So they depend on soil microbes to break down organic matter in the soil and return inorganic nutrients for absorption. It is clear what it is saying. Even the plant species, okay, they are also not independent. They are also relevant. They are also depending upon the soil microbes. In the soil, what the microbes are there for breaking down the large organic matter. So they are also depending upon those. The plants are also not individuals. Understood? So interaction is in the sense every organism is depending or is interacting with different species. So based on this, I will be starting the different interactions. Now here you can see the table. Interspecific interaction emerge from the interplay between population of two different species. Interspecific means between two different species, it is interspecific. And these interactions can be beneficial, detrimental, or neutral. Neutral means neither it is harming nor it is benefiting. Okay, so one or both species evolved using the symbols plus or plus the symbol, whatever the plus is there, it is beneficial. Okay, profit. Then for minus it is detrimental, and for zero that is neutral. Is it clear? Beneficial, detrimental, neutral. You have to remember the signs over here. So now we will be exploring one by one the different interactions. Okay, just once more, you just look this table. Mutualism is both beneficial. Species A is also getting benefited, species B is also getting benefited. Predation means one is benefiting, another one is detrimental. Then parasitism means same. Parasitism is also same. One is beneficial, another one is detrimental. Commensalism, one is beneficial, other is neutral. Okay, these all four you can see, all one species is, what is this? One species is getting benefit from the other. Then you can see competition, both are harming each other. Is it clear? Then amensalism means one is getting harm, one is the neutral. Is it clear? Now one by one you will be knowing. So first one is predation. I will enlarge the screen so that I can explain you clearly. Okay, so first no need to read the paragraph. First I will explain you, then you will be having a clear idea. So predation, first thing is predation serves as nature's mechanism for transferring the energy fixed by autotrophic organism to higher trophic level. So in short, I will be explaining you predation is, it is, first thing is it is severe for plants. Okay, it is a predator and a prey relationship. Predation, first thing. Predation is nothing but a predator and a prey relationship. Okay, first thing, when we are leading the predation, we have to remember that is a predator and a prey relationship. Okay, so here one is getting benefited, that is the predator, and one is the detrimental, that is causing harm, that is getting harm, that is the prey. Is it clear? And its fundamental process in ecological energy transfer, we will commonly associate predators with iconic example like tiger and deer, even seemingly smaller interactions such as sparrow eating seed. Okay, so they are saying the example we can give tiger and the deer. Tiger is a predator, deer is a prey. Tiger is getting profit and deer is getting harm, detrimental, and this is beneficial. Is it clear? Sparrow and seed also they are saying a sparrow which is eating a seed. Okay. Okay. Next, in this predation, what the organisms are doing means they have adapted a defense mechanism. Okay, for predator prey, we know all the predators are getting benefited. Okay, the prey obviously the prey is getting harm here. So for not getting harm, the prey has a defense mechanism. I will show you here defense mechanism. What is the defense mechanism? They are defending themselves. The one mechanism is there for the plant also and for the animals also. So in animals, how they are defending means, first animals I will say you different ways they are defending themselves. First one is camouflage. So what is this camouflage? Camouflage is blending with the environment. Whatever the environment is, we have to blend with them. Okay, we have to, the chameleon you have seen, it will be changing color according to the environment. Is it clear? So blending with the environment is the camouflage. Then second one is mimicry. Second one is mimicry. Mimicry means, you know, acting. Okay, some what you call it as a butterflies are there. Example is monarch butterflies. Okay, some they are very poisonous. So other butterflies which are not poisonous, they will be adapting the lifestyle of the poisonous butterfly so that the prey, the predator will not prey upon them. Understood? So mimicry means copying the other organism. So these all are the mechanism for defending themselves. Then third one comes, that is the poisonous. Poisonous. Just now I given the example, some butterflies are poisonous. Okay, so monarch butterfly during the larva stage, they are feeding the poisonous leaves. Nothing will happen to them, but when the other organism is feeding on that monarch butterfly, it will die, because in the larval stage it has poisonous leaves feeded with. Okay, understood? So these three are the defense mechanism of animal. Now moving on to the plants. Yeah, plant also are having defense mechanism. Major we can see that is the thorns. In plant acacia, in cactus and all, you can see the thorn, that is nothing but the defense mechanism of the plant. Then you can see dangerous chemicals are there. In some plants, dangerous chemicals are there. In example is calotropis. In the plant calotropis, some dangerous chemicals are there, which when feeded by someone, they will be affected. Okay, this is the defense. And some drug giving plants are also there, opium, and also those are also a defense for them. Is it clear? Understood the predation? Now I will move to the competition. Yeah, in predation, one more thing you can see. Yeah, this we have, they help control prey population, preventing them from reaching the unnaturally high densities that could destabilize ecosystem. So one example they have given, in the year 1920, what happened in Australia, they introduced a cactus. It was a very nice cactus, so they introduced that cactus in their place in Australia. The name was prickly pear cactus. So what happens when they introduced that cactus? It was a widespread of that cactus was there. It was so havoc that day by day it was increasing so very badly. Though then what happened? The people of there were very fed up of that. Then what they did, they have innovated one cactus feeding predator, a moth they invented. That moth, when it was habitating on that cactus, then the cactus were under control. Understood? The invasive growth was under control when they invented a predator. So here predator is a moth and prey is a prickly pear cactus. So for this way, predator and cactus, sorry, predator and prey both are necessary in a environment. We can't say like predators are very bad, they are hunting the prey, like that we can't say, because both are mutually okay. We need the predator also, we need the prey also. If the lions are not there, means all the animals, all the wild animals, they will be roaming on the roads, is it or not? Because of the scariness of the lions, they are inside the jungle. Understood? I feel in this way, both are required. Okay. Another one example they have given, predators also contribute to maintaining species diversity by mitigating competition among prey species. So they are saying that there is a competition between the prey. So example they have given, in rocky intertidal community along the Indian Pacific coast, where American Pacific coast, the starfish disaster acts as a crucial predator. So when they removed this starfish from that area, intertidal area was there. So in that area, what they did, they have removed the starfish disaster. Okay. When they removed the starfish from them, afterwards, what happened? 10 invertebrate species became extinct there. Understood? Is it clear? You understood? This is all due to increased interspecific competition. So they are saying that predator and prey is having interspecific competition. So both are important in the environment. So this one just now I explained you the defense mechanism, camouflage. You can see poisonous are there, deterring predators, monarch butterflies. Everything I explained this one. Is it clear? Okay. Next is competition. So in competition, both are detrimental, both are minus. How? In competition, you are having first thing is two things. That is, first one is interspecific. Second one is intraspecific. Intra. Interspecific means the between two species. Intraspecific means among members of same species, not between two. Inter between two. Intra means among the members of same species. Is it clear? So Darwin, what he thought? Darwin thought that this interspecific competition is more severe. He thought that this was more severe. The competition between two species is more. He thought in that way, but later on it concluded that no, not in interspecific, but in intraspecific. Among the species, the competition is more. Is it clear? Later on, it proved that in intraspecific, the competition is more. Okay, there were some myths. Two myths were there. So first myth is this one, interspecific, it was more, but later on the truth revealed that competition occurs only when resources are sorry what I was saying, myth. Yeah, the truth is that example, it is of South American lake. Okay, here I will show you the example. You can see here, Darwin introduced the concept of struggle of existence and survival of the fittest. He underscored interspecific competition as a significant force in organic evolution. Okay, but it was not that. For example, in shallow South American lake, both visiting flamingos and the resident fishes compete for the zooplanktons as their common food source. Is it clear? He said, Darwin first, he said that between the two species, the competition will be more. But later on, he studied this one. In American lakes, what happened? Flamingos, which were visiting from other other areas, other places, that flamingos as well as the fishes which are staying in that area, both are competing for the zooplanktons as their common food source. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Okay. Next, second myth. First myth you understood. Then what is the second myth over here? Second myth, he said that competition occurs only when resources are limited. Competition occurs only when resources are limited. When resources are limited, at that time only competition occur. But the truth is In interference competition, feeding efficiency is reduced even when resources are not limited. This is a sentence you have to remember. In interference competition, feeding efficiency is reduced even when resources are not limited. At that time also feeding efficiency is reduced. For that thing, this became a myth. Is it clear? Darwin has proposed these two myths and the truth came out, contrary came out. Is it clear? And three important terms are also here. First is the Gauss competitive statement, then second one is competitive release, third one is coexistence of resource partitioning. I will show you where it is. Zooplankton is completed. Yeah, even when resources are like food and space are abundant, therefore competition is best defined as a process in which fitness of one species is significantly lower in presence of another species. Okay, just a second. Yeah, here. Abingdon tortoise in Galapagos Island. So here what is happening first is I'll explain you just a second. First one important term is Gauss competitive. Okay, in this what it is, you can see here. Compelling circumstantial evidence, however, suggests instances of competitive exclusion in nature became extinct within a decade of goats being introduced. So what happens here in Galapagos Island, there was Abingdon tortoise were there. Is it clear? So when in that island they introduced the goats. Okay, when they introduced goats in that island, what happened? The Abingdon tortoise what were there, they became extinct within a decade. Is it clear? So this is the Gauss competitive. Due to the competition, what happened? Goats are moving fast. They are eating everything. So tortoise are slow. They were not getting anything to eat. So that's why they became extinct within a decade. Is it clear? Another one, second one, that is competitive release. Competitive release. So this competitive release, where a species that was once restricted in its distribution, okay, due to a superior species, when the superior species is removed, then it will grow dramatically or it will expand. For example, you can see there was a coast here. Okay, this is the water. The water over all over here. Okay, so what here? One experiment was done. Okay, field experiment. Who did? Connell did a field experiment here. So he illustrated that on a rocky sea coast, here on a rocky sea coast, what happened? It is of Scotland. Remember, Scotland. And who did this experiment? Connell. Okay, so he illustrated that on a rocky sea coast of Scotland, the larger superior barnacle benalis. I will write it. You can see here, yeah. The larger and competitively superior barnacle, Belanus. Okay, this is a species, barnacle. They are dominating the intertidal area. So small ones are here, you can see. Small barnacles are here. Then superior ones are below here. So what this Connell did, he removed this one. The superior ones he removed. Okay, when he removed this one, competitively superior were dominating over the smaller ones. So when he removed this, he found that on the sea coast all were smaller ones developed here like this. So for that he concluded that when the superior one is removed, then we can see the smaller ones will be growing rapidly, dramatically, or it will be expanding dramatically. Is it clear? So this was said by Connell. Then third, another one experiment, that is Gauss competitive exclusion principle. So here, no, that we have studied, I think, yeah. So last one is coexistence of resource partitioning. Resource partitioning. What is this resource partitioning? resource partitioning, here one bird is there, warbler. So 5 species of warbler. It is given by MacArthur. Okay. So wait, just I'll show you what exactly it is. Yeah, when two species compete for the same resource, they can avoid direct competition. That is resource partitioning. So here MacArthur, he researched that 5 closely related species of warbler, okay, on a same tree they were feeding. So, but the timing of them was different. Is it clear? It may be like one will be coming at early morning, one after 10 o'clock, another one evening, another one night, another one midnight, like that. Understood? So 5 closely related species of warblers coexisted on the same tree by exhibiting behavioral difference in their foraging activities. So he said that there is not a competition, is not necessary. 5 different species also can feed on the same tree, but the thing is that their timing, their foraging should differ. Is it clear, everyone? I hope you understood these 3 terms also. Is it clear? Next, moving to parasitism. Next, moving to parasitism. So this parasitism, in parasite, there are 2 categories. One is endoparasitism. Another one is ectoparasitism. Endoparasitism means living inside the host body. Ecto means living on the host body. Is it clear? Inside the host body, on the host body. Example, you can see ascaris, liver, fluke, hookworm, tapeworms. These all are living inside the human body, host body. On the body means lice on humans. Example, lice, ticks on dogs, etc. So these are the examples here. So parasitism means what? Parasites are living in or on the host body and they are benefited by that host body. One is getting profit, another one is getting harm from that. Is it clear? Another one type is brood parasitism. Ectoparasitism, endoparasitism, another one is brood parasitism. What is this brood parasitism? Have you noticed cuckoo and crow? Cuckoo and crow. So cuckoo, what it will do? It will lay its eggs in the crow's nest. Is it clear? It will be laying its egg in a crow's nest. So then what will do? Crow will be providing everything when it will hatch. Everything crow will provide. For that, crow is not getting any benefit, but it is getting harm. Everything he is giving shelter, care, everything is providing to the cuckoo. When later on it becomes cuckoo, it flies off. Understood? That is a brood relation, brood parasitism. Is it clear? Brood parasitism, everyone? Okay. Next, fourth one is commensalism. Commensalism represents an interaction where one species is one species is benefited and the other one is zero. It is neither harm, it is nor benefited. It is not, it is, example, you see, there is a cow, cattle, okay. One cattle is rearing in a field. I'll write and explain you. Okay, there is one cattle. Imagine it is a cattle. Okay. So what cattle is doing is rearing in the field. On this cattle, bird is sitting. Okay, some egret bird they have given the example. Okay, this egret bird is sitting on the cattle, and what that egret bird is doing, it is eating the small insects which are trapped on the cattle. Understood? On the cattle, what the small insects are there, small ticks, mice, something, whatever they are there. So it will be feeding on that. This is neither giving any harm or it is not any benefiting for the cow. Understood the relationship? Commensalism means it represents an interaction where one species benefits and other is neither harmed nor benefited. Understood? An orchid growing as an epiphyte on a mango branch. Okay, so first I will give you some example. This is the one example, cattle and egret. Cattle and egret. Second example, Orchid and mango. Orchid growing as a epiphyte. What is epiphyte? Epiphyte are those plants which need sunlight to grow. Okay, so they will be climbing the big trees for the sunlight. They are not taking anything from that tree. They are not absorbing the minerals, water which we are giving to that tree. Just for the purpose of sunlight, they will be moving to the top of the tree and taking the sunlight. Okay, understood? In a mango tree, there, or you have seen on a mango tree some long epiphytes will be there, so that they are taking just sunlight. They are using a mango tree, they are climbing on it and taking the sunlight. Is it clear? So here orchid are getting profited, mango tree nothing, no profit, no harm. Is it clear? Third example, barnacle and whale. Barnacle and whale. So here you can see barnacles are the anyone, you having any doubt? No, okay. So you can see barnacles are the small, you can see some substance, they will be sticking on the back of the whale. Is it clear? On the back of the whale. Why? Because they are very small, they can't move from one place to another place. So they are using whale for their movement. So why they are moving for? They are moving from one place to another for the search of food. Okay, they are not getting food here. So that's why they will be sitting on back of the whale and they are moving. Is it clear? Understood? Okay. Now, last example is sea anemone and clownfish. Sea anemone and clownfish. So you know sea anemone, the structure. Okay. Example. So it is having some tentacles like this. So these tentacles are very poisonous. Okay. So they will be having these tentacles continuously moving in the water currents. Whenever there is any prey coming, so they will be attacking that prey, or for defense, they are having this. In between these tentacles, clownfish are very small. So they are hiding between these tentacles. Understood? So they are getting the protection. So for when they are hiding in between the tentacles, sea anemone is neither it is getting any profit nor it is getting any harm. Who is getting the benefit? That is the clownfish, which is defending itself. It is very small, so it is coming and hiding in between the tentacles of the sea anemone, so that no predator must come and eat that. Is it clear? Understood? Commensalism. See, then last one, not last, mutualism. Mutualism is an interaction that bestows benefits among both participating species. All right. Mutualism is both are getting positive benefits. In this mutualism, you can see two types are there. First one is obligate. Second one is facultative. Obligate, facultative. In obligate, you can see two types. That is, one is the lichen, another one is mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza and lichen. So here lichen is nothing but the association of fungus plus algae, and mycorrhiza is association of fungi plus roots of higher plants. Roots of higher plants. So here you just see me what I am explaining. Okay, facultative is nothing but pollinators and flowers. So obligate to, that is lichen and mycorrhiza. Okay, so here what is happening? The lichen, in lichen there is association of fungus and algae. So what fungus is doing? Fungus will be saying to algae that I can't prepare the food. Who is preparing the food there? Algae is preparing. Is it clear? So fungus cannot prepare its own food. So it will be requesting to algae like, please algae ma'am, will you provide me food? So what algae will be saying? I can't provide you food for free of cost. So when I will be providing you food, what you will be providing me in return? Take and give. Okay. So fungus is say, I am spreading in a vast area. So I will be bringing up the minerals, I'll bring up what all are necessary for preparation of food. That I will bring, I will give it to you, then you prepare and give little bit food to me. Is it clear? In simple words I'm explaining. There is a conversation between fungus and algae. So for that purpose we are saying that lichen is nothing but association of fungus and algae. It is giving all the essentials to algae. Algae is preparing food, and that food is little bit food is consumed by the fungus. Is it clear? In mycorrhiza, same thing, fungus plus roots of higher plants. Okay, you can see this is a plant, so there are the roots. So fungus, what it says, I will be expanding your roots, I will be giving you all the minerals from deep roots. In place, in return, I need some food from you. Is it clear? Mycorrhiza, this is the mutualism, mutual understanding, giving, taking. Is it clear? So here facultative is pollinator and flower. The bee, the insect, it is getting nectar from the flower. In return, what it is giving, the seeds are stick to its legs, and when it is going to other, it will be giving that to different flower. Understood? It is helping the flower in pollination, and in return the flower is giving the bees a nectar. Is it clear? Everyone, is it clear? Okay. So this was about the mutualism. So last topic, that is amensalism. So before this, there is one more thing, co-evolution of mutualism. Co-evolution of mutualism means here the example is a fig and a wasp here. So you can see one-to-one relationship exists between the partner of wasp species for pollination. The female wasp utilizes the fig fruit both as an oviposition site as nourishment for its larvae. So what is this? Basically, there is a wasp, a fly. That fly will be laying its eggs in a fig. In a fig plant, it will be laying its plant. It will be laying its eggs. Okay, that eggs, what it will do? It will be giving nourished. It will be nourished there inside. Okay, so in return, what happened? For pollination assistance, the fig is providing the wasp with some of its developing seed as fruit for the growing wasp larvae. Whenever the fruit is developed, then the larvae is coming out, it is going. Okay, they are giving the food for the larvae. Is it clear? This is the co-evolution. Then one more is sexual deceit. Sexual deceit is Mediterranean orchid or fish, they employ a sexual deceit. That is a cheating type. So what is it means? You can see here, bumblebees are the insect. So insects such as bees and bumblebees ensuring reliable pollination. Orchid provide rewards to them. Mediterranean orchid or ifs utilizes a strategy known as sexual deceit. So for it is not attractive plant, but it is a plant, it is a flower. It needs what? It needs a pollination to be done. For the pollination to be done, what it does? It mimics the size, color, and markings of a female bee. Okay, it is not attractive, it can't change the color, it can't become attractive. So what it does? It will change itself. It will mimic the size, color, and the markings of a female bee, so that the male bee will attract towards it and it will come to copulate. When the counterpart, when the engaging is there, pseudo copulation, false copulation will be there. So during this process, what will happen? The bee becomes dusted with their pollen and then pollination occurs. This is a sexual deceit term. Is it clear, everyone? Okay, so the one more thing is amensalism, that is not here. Amensalism means one species is harmed, then other remains unaffected. With this, I hope your chapter is done. If you are having any sort of doubt, no doubts. So here you can see many related videos are there. Okay, whenever you are getting any leisure time, just you can go through the videos. Related videos are there. You can see that videos, and some tips for exams are there. So some examples. Example is nothing but the population growth, which I explained you already with the formula. Is it clear? Then ecological pyramid, tertiary consumer, secondary consumer, primary consumer. You must make an ecological pyramid.